EA News, August 1st, 2016. EA will likely report a loss of 2 cents per share Tuesday, according to analysts surveyed by Thomson Reuters. The company reported a profit of 15 cents per share this time last year. I was unaware of much of EA's products. Not much was being produced this quarter. Also, the stereotypical internet gamer dislikes the company, as evident by the fact that they would rather give a lower rating to EA than, say, a company that kills people. In other news, to add to EA's quarterly report, EA's developer Mike Walters of Bioware commented on using the Frostbite engine to produce Mass Effect Andromeda. We're pushing the boundaries of what Frostbite can do and what Mass Effect can do, Walters said. Walters said to official Xbox magazine. Mass Effect Andromeda is scheduled to debut in 2017. Bioware has also shut down most of its official game forums. This is regrettable considering the high prestige of Bioware, and this is not going to hurt. This is going to hurt their company's brand, since so many people dislike the company after Mass Effect 3. It is closing every official game forum except for the ones for Star Wars The Old Republic, possibly milking the Star Wars Disney conglomerate or whatever you want to call it. The forums contain more than 20 million posts and half a million members, Polygon reports. It's really a shame considering that, EA is such a big company. It's one of the biggest video game companies there is. And, why would you want to shut down such a prestigious, all these forums about such a good game, it's pretty weird considering how prestigious and how many awards that small section of EA made, yet they were going to shut down the forums, even for games that were highly praised like Mass Effect 1 and 2. So in addition to talking about the Bioware forums, I'd like to address some of the comments in the Facebook page, since a lot of people were passionate about the Electronic Arts news. It's weird because, the stereotypical internet gamer who plays, RPGs and stuff, you won't consider them a person who would be like, they've destroyed Madden, after the VGAs had such a backlash for giving Madden the big award, even though it's quite a technical piece of work if you listen to everything that Madden put into the Madden games. There wasn't a sports game in the first quarter. 2 cents off, actually, considering everything that didn't work for this quarter and how bare it was in games, was very interesting. It wasn't a huge loss. I don't know. Maybe it was a huge loss. I don't know how much. Let me look how much their stock costs. Yeah, it's not that much. EA stock is currently $76.56. It's down 0.09% today, 7 cents. So it's higher than expected. In this current age of video game making, there's a lot of problems. You have to produce a lot. Games take 5 years to make, which is a nearly entire video game cycle. So it is expected that you would make less games. However, EA is such a big company, it's a little weird. According to my app, they talk about Pokemon Go, which, it's interesting. EA doesn't have anything equivalent to Pokemon Go yet. No one else does anyway. And I also don't know what EA is doing VR-wise, even though they probably did something. I don't remember. I don't think so, but not off the top of my head at least. I mean, that's a weird thing. When I did the report earlier, I said I didn't remember any of the games they made, even though they made one of my favorite games of the year, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, which I just don't think of as EA. They've made prestigious games like Mass Effect before, but that was before EA took over. I don't EA's made Watch Dogs, what I thought was very disappointing. Yet, they've made so many poor decisions and hurt the brand, and the fans have hurt the brand by over criticism of Mass Effect 3 to the point where they would, as I said before, rate it the worst company of all time or recently or whatever. But no, it's interesting. So speaking of Mirror's Edge Catalyst, I'd like to discuss the Mirror's Edge franchise a little bit since it was their main star power thing. Even though I'm pretty sure EA thought that Bejeweled Stars was probably be their biggest draw, despite being a puzzle game, which in itself isn't bad and is probably well produced. But I freaking like Mirror's Edge Catalyst, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel that way too. Even though it didn't. Well, let's get to that later. Mirror's Mirror's Edge was a very innovative game since it was a first-person game, yet it didn't involve that much shooting. It involved mainly parkour, which a lot of people were impressed with the idea of, and the creativity that went behind making that kind of engine. There's criticism about it being linear, but overall, it get like 70 to 80% out of Rotten Tomatoes and most of the highly praised websites. Oddly enough, Edge and Eurogamer gave it low ratings despite them being highly praised news reporters of video game news. It was a gimmick and it was well executed, and that's why everybody enjoyed it. Mirror's Edge Catalyst, I'd like you to watch my analyses of it on Art House Anime and see what you thought about it based on those things. I don't know if it really innovated much as I didn't really play the first one that much. Oddly enough, Mirror's Edge Catalyst also uses Frostbite 3 in this case, instead of Unreal that was used in the first game. I couldn't find. Is that reported the earnings on the game on the Wikipedia? Wikipedia said there's criticism of the story and the combat. Got like 5 to 10% less score on most of the main websites that are popular. Destructoid, who was a highly praiser of the game, pretty much agreed with what I thought. The open world gameplay was very interesting, and I thought probably a lot of people thought was improvement over the original game. I'll just say this quote because it's very interesting. Spencer Campbell concluded in his review for EGM, Mirror's Edge Catalyst has a strong core built by its movement system, but when it comes time to do anything else than run from point A to B, you'll probably be inclined to run away. That's a very good news reviewer bonus check line there. I felt a lot of these reviewers didn't really understand the story like I did when I was analyzing it. I don't know if it was like copy and paste, but like there was definitely a lot of like interesting thematic and storyline elements to it. Maybe not characters, maybe not plot, but overall the world building I thought was very interesting. Oddly enough, it did do. It was the second best selling retail game in the UK, only behind Overwatch, which was probably the biggest selling game of the year. This was for its first week of release. In the second week of release, it was the second sixth best selling retail game of the week in the UK. Odd number, but it's interesting. You figure that would be very good for EA ratings and earnings, but it's I don't know where that aligned. Probably they released it a couple months ago, so I'm pretty sure it was in this quarter. Also, according to Laura Meal, I hope I said that right, the head of the global publishing unit of Electronic Arts, the sales of the game met the company's expectations, which is very good. Maybe that explains the only 2% drop in the earnings. Again, the main problem is they didn't release a lot of games. Like this game did well, but overall, they just didn't do a lot of promoting for their company. There's no Star Wars game. There's no Titanfall. I mean, a lot of the games just aren't in this quarter, unfortunately. Bejeweled, I talk about Bejeweled Stars, but I haven't uploaded. I'm still putting that on my phone, and that's not ready yet. Well, my fans said earlier they want a new Madden game, something with more innovation. Maybe that'll come in Madden NFL 17. I don't know if that's Cam Newton, but it looks like a Carolina Panther, I think. Or maybe I'm mistaking the costume with someone else. They'll have NHL 17. St. Louis Blues are very interesting because they made the conference finals, I believe, but they didn't make the finals, getting overtaken by who I wanted to win, San Jose Sharks. FIFA will be a game. I mean, the next quarters should be interesting. Titanfall, a lot of blockbuster games. Battlefield 1, which I guess is a reboot or something. I don't even know. So yeah, overall, the next quarter of games for EA should be good. Even though, well, obviously the sports games are coming out soon because like otherwise they can't be in 2017 or 2016. You know what I mean? So back to the comments on my page. I mean, there could be problems with the O'Bannon lawsuit for NCAA, CFB. It can be a problem. Tim Tebow. I mean, it's very interesting. A lot of people want to talk about it because, like, it got a lot of views. 4 likes, 62 views, 2 shares on my Facebook page, which really doesn't get that many new views. Like, normally I get the old fans, but these are all from new people, new fans of the website, which is interesting. And I think that, as a big company, you want video games to do well, and they're passionate about stuff, and hopefully I'm expecting high hopes for the EA earnings. Like, they might not be my games, but they'll support the industry, provide jobs, provide games for fans who like those games. Hopefully some innovation too, well, not likely. So hopefully everyone will enjoy.